Greetings everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Magic Maggie and today we're talking about limiting beliefs. Today's video is a little bit more different for me because I'm also challenging one of my limiting beliefs here in this video, and you're going to find out later what this challenge is. So if you're ready, let's jump right into it. So first of all, what is a limiting belief and how is it formed? Well, a limiting belief is a thought or a belief in itself that we cannot do something or we cannot achieve something. It is usually formed after having a bad experience with something or someone coming and telling to us, listen, you suck at this, you should just never do it again because you're really bad. For example, if you've tried to cook a dish sometime and it came out terribly, you burnt everything, well, you might think to yourself, I'm never doing this again because I suck at cooking. This is not for me, that's it. Now, leaving cooking aside, I'm actually going to talk about my personal experience with a limiting belief that I have, how I found it, and how I'm going to work on resolving it or changing it. A little bit of a backstory. I started this YouTube channel about 5 months ago, and one of my main concerns was public speaking or speaking to a camera. When I have a conversation with a person in front of me, I usually am very smooth about it. I don't feel nervous. I don't get confused in what I'm about to say. Usually the thought process really flows. But when I sit down in front of a camera, and you can really see this in my first videos, I get so stiff and I get so nervous. What I usually do to help this is have a full script prepared of every single word that I'm going to say. Now, don't get me bad, because this is not a bad thing to do. When I come on here and I talk about something, I want to have everything prepared from head to toe, every single word that I'm going to say, because I don't want to miss on important information. However, what actually happened is that I would rely on this script from head to toe. So every single thing I said had to be word for word or I wasn't satisfied. And personally, in my experience, every time I've had to explain something or do a presentation of something, I would have to have it correct and written out and completely memorized in order for me to feel comfortable enough to say it. And this can become a huge problem because I would read out a full sentence and then be able to say barely 2 or 3 words, or one of the words simply just won't come out and I cannot memorize it. Now, 5 months later, when I've filmed about 22 maybe videos on this channel, which is not a lot, but I feel so much more comfortable sitting in front of a camera and talking to you and expressing what I want to say. If you're curious about the challenge that I put myself on earlier to film this video, well, I'm going to tell you what it is. And it is actually to film this video without a script. All I have is like maybe 5 or 6 bullet points to remind me of the main topics that I want to cover, and that's it. No word for word, so if I mess anything up, it's because things are trying to flow out here. The way I found I have this limiting belief is I was basically doing something around the house the other day, and I suddenly catch myself thinking, well, I'm not good at speaking at public, and I just went, wait, what? Because I always sit down here and I tell you that you shouldn't limit yourself to certain thoughts because they're going to limit you. And then I find myself telling myself I'm not good at public speaking. Maggie, here's some of your own advice. And to be completely fair, when I was little, I was never good at explaining things. And usually when I try to explain something from memory, everything just goes like this. And I've really had to work on kind of making a structure in my own head of what I'm going to say before I actually do. So the way that you're going to find out what your limiting belief is that you're going to catch yourself saying something to yourself like, I'm not good at this, I suck at this, I've never been good at this before. And once you know what it is, every time that this limiting belief comes up in your head, you're going to question why. Why am I not good at public speaking? Why do I feel nervous when I come out in public? Is it because I'm not prepared? Is it because I feel insecure in some sort of way? Once you know the why, then you can replace that limiting belief of I cannot do this because I'm insecure with a limiting belief of, for example, in my case, it would be I can get good enough at public speaking if I try. And by try, I mean like go out and speak to more people, film more videos, just get out of my comfort zone and kind of put myself out there to do what I feel insecure about. And it is really interesting to me because usually those limiting beliefs are something that are preventing us from being the best version of ourselves and from, as I always like to say, reaching our true potential. And speaking to you like this is honestly something that I really want to continue doing. And I feel comfortable enough today sitting here and trying to let everything flow out just so that I can improve and speak to you more freely and be able to communicate everything that comes up in my head and whatever is in my heart to you. So, to sum up this little mess that we have here, find out what your limiting belief is by figuring out what you're telling yourself you cannot do. If you want to take this a step further, then I want you to kind of explore what made you think that you're not good enough at this in the past. Once you know that, I want you to find out what you can replace this limiting belief in and reason with it, really reason with it. If you think that you cannot run a marathon because when you were a child, you ran out of breath real quick and you weren't fast enough at running, then why can you not, with practice and with effort, eventually get to the point where you can run that marathon? Our limiting beliefs don't have to limit our potential. Our limiting beliefs are just a set of thoughts that can be replaced. This is what I wanted to let you know today. And if you've enjoyed this video, then click the like button, click the subscribe button, and click that share button and let your friends know what are their limiting beliefs. If you know yours, then leave a comment down below and let me know what it is. Thank you for spending this moment with me. I will see you in the next video, so take care of yourself. Bye bye now.